In a small town, there was a school named Greenwood Primary. It was a place where children laughed, learned, and played. But everything changed when a new teacher, Miss Joy, arrived. She was a tall, elegant woman with a mysterious aura that made Martin, a 9-year-old boy in Primary 4, feel uneasy. Martin was a cool, humble, and well-behaved boy, but he couldn't shake off the bad energy he felt from Miss Joy. Martin told his parents about his feelings, but they just told him to give Miss Joy a chance. "I don't like her," Martin told his parents that evening. "She's always smiling, but her eyes look mean." "Don't worry, son," his father said. "You'll get used to her. Just be nice and respectful. And she'll be nice to you too." But Martin couldn't shake off the feeling that something was wrong with Miss Joy. He tried to avoid her, but she seemed to be everywhere. She would smile at him and ask him questions, but Martin could sense a hidden meaning behind her words. Few days later, during break, a teacher sent Martin to the school storeroom to get some books. Martin went to the storeroom, but as he was looking for the books, he heard the door locked behind him. He turned around, and that's when he saw Miss Joy standing in front of the door, a strange wicked smile on her face. Martin felt a chill run down his spine as he became terrified. He quickly hid behind a bookshelf. Few moments later, Martin heard a cracking sound and a strange smell, followed by a dry wicked laugh. Martin decided to peep, and that's when he saw Miss Joy's true form. She started transforming into an old witch, with a long tongue and vampire fangs. He watched in horror as Miss Joy started to change. Her body began to stretch and contort, her skin turning a sickly green color. Her eyes turned yellow, and her hair grew longer and wilder. Martin was terrified, but he didn't make a sound. He watched as Miss Joy did some kind of magic and incantations with a box of chocolates. He quietly watched as drops of poisonous black venom dropped from the tip of her tongue into the box of chocolates. After what felt like an eternity, Miss Joy transformed back into her human form and left the storeroom with the chocolates. Martin ran out, shaken and scared. He didn't tell anyone about what he had seen. Not even his best friend, Kelvin. He knew no one would believe him. When the break ended, Martin returned to his classroom. Miss Joy entered, smiling, and began handing out chocolates to the pupils. Everyone was excited, but Martin refused to eat his. He signaled to Kelvin not to eat his either. When Kelvin asked why, Martin wrote a note explaining what he had seen and threw it to Kelvin. Unfortunately, Miss Joy caught the note and read it. She was shocked to learn that Martin had discovered her secret. As Miss Joy found out that Martin had discovered her secret, and she decided to teach him a lesson. The pupils who had eaten the chocolate started behaving strangely, walking like zombies and gathering around Miss Joy. They bowed down to her, and she ordered them to bring Martin and Kelvin to her. Martin and Kelvin ran out of the classroom, but they found that the school was empty and locked. They ran back and hid in the storeroom, but Miss Joy, with her arm of the dead, surrendered them in the storeroom. She laughed and told them they would be sacrificed at exactly 6 p.m. "I don't think you'll be leaving here anytime soon," Miss Joy said, her eyes glinting with malice. Martin and Kelvin felt a chill run down their spines. They tried to run, but Miss Joy was too quick. She grabbed them and pulled them behind a stack of boxes. As both boys watched in horror, Miss Joy started to change. Her body began to stretch and contort, her skin turning a sickly green color. Her eyes turned yellow, and her hair grew longer and wilder. "You shouldn't have come here, Martin," Miss Joy hissed, her voice no longer human. "Now you'll never leave." Martin and Kelvin were paralyzed with fear. They couldn't move or speak. Miss Joy started to laugh, a loud, cackling sound that sent shivers down their spines. As the clock struck 6, Miss Joy picked up Kelvin and prepared to drain his youth with her long tongue. Just then, the church bell rang for evening mass and prayers. The sound caused Miss Joy to scream and cover her ears with her palms. The possessed pupils also cried out in pain, covering their ears. Martin and Kelvin, after witnessing what is happening, began singing gospel songs and praying. Moments later, Miss Joy burst into ashes and disappeared. The pupils regained their senses and thanked Martin and Kelvin for their bravery. They all praised Martin and Kelvin for saving their lives. From that day on, Martin and Kelvin were heroes in the eyes of their classmates. One ever saw Miss Joy again. And the pupils never told anyone about what had happened. But they never forgot the bravery of Martin and Kelvin, who had saved them from the clutches of the evil witch teacher. No one ever saw Miss Joy again, and the pupils never told anyone about what had happened. But they never forgot the bravery of Martin and Kelvin, who had saved them from the clutches of the evil witch teacher.